What if you could uncover hidden trends, viral content ideas, and real audience pain points without spending hours on manual research? In this video, you'll learn how to automate market research for free using ChatGPT and Reddit API, even if you have zero coding skills. Stay till the end and you'll walk away with full understanding of how to automating research with ChatGPT and Reddit. Are you ready to supercharge your content strategy? Most people jump straight into building the automation, but the first step is often overlooked, finding out if others have done it. In other words, market research. Why is this important? If no one has tried building it, or if many are trying to build it, will show the level of interest for your idea. No matter how great your product is, demand determines success. As Dan Zarella from HubSpot says, marketing without data is like driving with your eyes closed. Validate demand first, because that's the difference between a breakthrough idea and expensive failure. Market research in 4 steps. Choose your area of interest. What industry, niche, or product idea excites you? Validate demand. Ask, are people searching for this? Are they paying for solutions? Gather data. Use surveys, Google Trends, Reddit, and competitor analysis. Analyze and decide. Does the data show opportunity or red flags? Adjust your approach accordingly. I used ChatGPT to research automation tools, and what I found was shocking. There are many tools already out there, but every single one is behind a paywall. So I dug deeper. I analyzed their landing pages, their pricing models, and their limitations, and I found a huge gap that no one is talking about. This could be the perfect opportunity. Let me first walk you through the tools. I analyzed the top 5 social listening tools, and I noticed something interesting. Each tool prioritizes different features, but they all have one thing in common. They depend on APIs to connect to social networks. Let's look at the features that are at the top of each tool. Gummy Search has customer discovery. Brand24 has market research and hashtag search. Mention prioritizes monitoring. Awario is rooting for Boolean search. Hootsuite is pushing its publishing and engagement features. Look closely and you'll see a pattern. The top features of these tools are just API-powered insights. Which raises an interesting question. If you had the right API access, could you build your own version of these tools? I was able to confirm that some of these tools use Reddit API as part of their data source. ChatGPT was more than eager to help me to build these tools and its features for me using the Reddit API. So I went ahead and built the tool VaByRed. It's very basic, and I want to show how much info even the basic version provides. Let's get the web app started and go to the browser. In the current state, the web app can search and return only the subreddits, show what is discussed in subreddit of your choice, and do Reddit-wide search for posts relevant to the topic you ask. Let's dive in and take a look. Each section answers a question you might have. You can provide the search keyword, and relevant data is returned. Which subreddits are related to the idea I am trying to validate? Our idea is market research. Let's enter the keywords and see the list of subreddits. We have 2 subreddits which are close to our idea, market research and online market research. We can try to find the top posts these subreddits are discussing. Let's go to the next section and enter marketing research in the text box. We find the trending posts from the subreddits. If you want to run a search on entire Reddit for marketing research, then we can do that in the next section. Entering marketing research here will show the posts that are having any of the keywords. Number of upvotes and the comments can tell how popular the post or the topic is. If you enter the same search term and leave the upvotes, comments, and days at default, there will be less number of posts. Increase the days to 100 now. You can see additional posts surfacing. Most people would assume that the MVP I built required a long, detailed prompt to ChatGPT. But what if I told you it was the exact opposite? What you're about to see might surprise you, because I bet you won't find a simpler prompt that builds these many features. Let me show you how I built VaByRed MVP using ChatGPT and the Reddit API in the simplest way possible. Instead of diving into complex prompts, I guided ChatGPT to implementing the core functions of Gummy Search first. Here's what's interesting. I didn't focus on code syntax or logic at first. I reviewed the function names, the inputs and outputs of these functions. Then, I asked ChatGPT to layer the Flask backend, making each endpoint match the function name. Finally, it also built a simple Bootstrap UI to make it user-friendly. Testing the first version revealed errors in logic and missing validations. But improving it was simple. I just prompted ChatGPT with the function name or error, and it updated the code. I thought I had everything I needed for doing the MVP demo by connecting with Reddit through API. But I soon realized one critical detail. I needed my Reddit account password to get an authorized Reddit instance. So, what is special about an authorized Reddit instance? An authorized Reddit instance allows you to scrape data at a higher rate without hitting strict limits. Access private or restricted subreddits based on the permissions. Search and retrieve removed content that isn't available through public API calls. Now let's dive into the step-by-step process of setting up the password on a new Reddit account. Start by signing up for Reddit using your Gmail account. Sign in to Reddit using Gmail account and head to Profile page by clicking on View Profile link shown here. If you scroll down here, you will find the Profile page link. Inside the Profile page, you can see the Accounts tab. Click that to enter the account page. You won't find the password field initially. You have to initiate a change password process by clicking on the email field, like this. Pop-up will inform that password change request mail will be sent to you. Accept it. Go to Gmail and open the mail from Reddit. Proceed to change the password. Save it in a text file. Once you go back to Reddit account page, you will find password field now. We have to visit the Reddit apps page to create the app. Start by creating a new app, give it a name, and choose app type as script. In the redirect URI, give the following value. After that, app will be created. You can find the app ID is here, and the app secret is here. You already have the username and password. Store all of them in a file. Awesome. Now that you have your credentials, you're ready to connect to Reddit's API and start building. Let's move to the next step. This might sound crazy, but we're not going to use the official Reddit API docs shown here. Why? Because working with REST APIs is a pain. Manually building JSON requests, handling responses, and debugging errors can slow you down. So what's the alternative? Luckily, the open source community has already solved this problem. Meet Praw, a Python wrapper that makes interacting with Reddit's API simple, clean, and efficient. Now, let's see how to get started with Praw and why it's a game changer. To begin, open a terminal and create a new folder. I am using Linux terminal here. You can find the Windows alternatives of each commands using ChatGPT. Inside the folder, create virtual environment using Python like this. Activate the virtual environment and run the command pip install praw. Create an empty script like this and open it in Notepad. Before we create the Reddit instance in the script, here is a simple instance hierarchy to remember. Reddit instance, subreddit, comments, author. Each of this is having an instance in Praw model. You can see that here. Next up, Reddit instance. Let's create a Reddit instance by copying this example code. I have stored the credentials that we got from the Reddit app, along with my username password in environment variables. I am accessing it using the os.environ dictionary inside the script. When you are running the script, you can directly paste your credentials. If you're going to commit to Git repo, remove the credentials and then commit. Let's check the created instance's auth level using this command. Call the subreddit method in Reddit instance with subreddit name and get subreddit instance. We can enumerate the submissions in that subreddit using methods like hot and new. We can take a submission and get number of upvotes, comments under it, and its author. You must have the overview of Praw and Reddit API by now. If you now review the VBERD code, logic behind the functions will become clear. Most people think the best way to work on an idea is to implement it alone. But I tried something different, and the results were unbelievable. When LangChain, DSpy, and many AI libraries were released, I explored their intricacies and shared my code on GitHub, allowing others to learn, contribute, and even improve on it. In this way, I was able to reach a lot more people than what I imagined. So I decided to release the VBERD code on GitHub, and the link is shared in the description below. In the next video, I'll show you how VBERD will be developed further, what you can do to contribute to the project, and much more.